Yo guys, and welcome to the first of a brand new series of sport creation videos, Community Plushies. And the first one, of course, is an obligatory Draki plushie. So the entire point of this brand new series is to give me a chance to make your creations a lot more frequently. Currently, the only way that I can more reliably make creations that you guys are after is via the weekly requests, and even then they have to be vetted. I can only choose, like one of five, or, five from a pool of all the ones that you suggest. You vote for it. And I've always wanted to do a bit more than that, and I've also wanted to do more personal creations, such as your own characters. Normally, when I do that, I do it during, big milestones, such as, like, getting a certain amount of subscribers. This version here, with the whole community plushies, I am really hoping it's going to be a much more frequent and a more enjoyable approach to that, something that I can keep going for quite a while, as well as, of course, like I said, making your creations, making your very own characters. So you're probably wondering, so why a plushie then, since obviously it's just a one set style, and I'm sure probably not everyone would want their character in a plushie, but I imagine some of you do. So the reason why I'm doing plushies is because, first of all, despite it being just a one genre, it actually gives me a lot of freedom. It gives me a lot of room and space to reinterpret your characters, to try and make your characters as true to as what they are, but in a far more relaxing and, like I said, a more freedom-orientated environment. Whereas, like I mentioned, whenever I do the milestone creations and I do proper recreations, as many of you may know, I do try to make the recreations as accurate as I can, and when it comes to people's original characters, that can be a big struggle depending on the colour schemes, on the patterns of the features. Some ideas may be so complicated and, so detailed that it might be a bit too difficult to translate into Spore, and therefore what that basically means ultimately is that it can take a very long time. And therefore it would make the entire thing just a lot tricky to do. As much as I really enjoy remaking other people's characters, whether in Spore, in ZBrush, or whatever else, sometimes it does take time, and the entire point of these plushie creations is that it should be something a lot more simple, a lot more laid back, and therefore something I can do more reliably every week. So this is something that I'm really hoping that you will look forward to. Personally, I'm very excited. Like I said, I love making your characters, I love seeing your reactions, it's just really enjoyable overall, and I feel like I've finally found a way to do that more frequently, to do it more reliably. So I'm very excited. So like I said then, so with this particular video that we're watching right now, I said that we had to have the obligatory Draki as our first creation. So what is a Draki, you may ask? The Draki is an original creation by Draki Lady in my Discord server, one of my moderators, and a pretty damn wonderful person. This is her original creature, which is a sort of like snake, drake kind of creature. I don't know like what exactly to describe it as, other than just very cute. Even a bit creepy when you think about it, the skull and the glowing red eyes. But like I said, it's a very cool creature that most of us in the Discord community are very familiar with. We all enjoy drawing her character, among other people's as well. And for all that Draki has done for me, I think it would be a very fitting to have hers be the very first creation to introduce this brand new series with. That, and it's also a very, like I said, another very cute creation. It complements the whole plushie feel very nicely. Although probably a little bit too cartoonish in this theme, but like I said though, the entire plushie theme is meant to be more simple, meant to be more freedom orientated, something just, again, something a lot better for me. One thing that I did particularly enjoy this creation, as well as of course the anatomy and the proportions themselves, the nice long smooth tail and the little stubby, teddy bear legs, I did quite enjoy doing the little mane. Is it a mane? I'm not actually sure the proper word for it, but all the thick fur around the neck, the chest, the shoulders, the entire area. Although I did have a bit of an issue with that, because as you can see right now, I'm using a white spear piece. That being due to my my rather terrible memory, I actually forgot that the Drakis have like a bit of a lilac mane, not a white mane. So I ended up having to completely and utterly remake that entirely, which is fine though. And it also serves as a pretty good example and a bit of a technique where if I want to do certain colorations, I'm really going to abuse the coloured spheres that inherit base, texture and detail colour schemes. That's going to be very, very useful for this entire project moving forward. In fact, come to think of it, the colour spheres as a mod itself is going to be fantastic for this, because again, the entire point of the plushies is to have these really nice, cute and cuddly round shapes, and the colour spheres mod is absolutely fantastic for that. In fact, I reckon that the majority of these creations are probably going to be made exclusively with dark injections, of course, obviously, but otherwise with the smoother, to get to the, again, you know, much smoother areas in the limbs, the colour sphere mod, and the Kanban's colour pack. And of course the advanced colour picker, but I think everyone uses that by now. At least you definitely should be using that by now. But yeah, like I said, I really did have quite a bit of fun with this. It's just so nice to have like a much more relaxed theme and style to play with, and something that again I look forward to doing very frequently and very consistently. So now then, if you want your own plushie creation, it's going to be very, very simple. It's going to be random, it's going to be a raffle. I apologise, it's the most fair way I can do it. But if you want to have your own creations, very simply just give me a link, an image, a reference sheet, whatever you want, just give me a visual guide to your character, post it in the comments, and that is it. I'll be doing the raffles, or like randomly choosing between all the comments per video. So if your character isn't chosen in the first video, you will need to repost it in the next video. That way, again, like it keeps everyone up to date. It just makes it fair per video, per pool. Again, it's just like, again, the most consistent way that I can look into doing it. And I'll be making your very own original characters into plushies every week. I'm thinking every Friday to accompany the weekly request every Saturday. I think that'd be fair. And that way, of course, more sport content. So guys, I very, very much hope that you've enjoyed this. I really hope that you look forward to it. And as always, I will catch you all next time. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.